Welcome to the Texas Wine Scene Podcast, the most up-to-date information to help you prepare for your wine tasting weekend. I'm Mike, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas, from the high plains to the hill country. If you love Texas wine, you've come to the right place. Let's take a trip. Welcome back, everyone, to the Texas Wine Scene Podcast. I am your host, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, Mike Cole, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas. If you are a subscriber to the podcast, thank you so much for returning to this week's episode. And if you are new to the podcast, thank you so much for stopping by to check us out. We are an information-based podcast supporting and sharing wine events, tastings, and industry news from around the great state of Texas. So I hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please consider subscribing and sharing the podcast with all your wine-loving friends. It helps to continue to spread the word about the podcast and keeps everyone informed about current wine-related events. Also, please follow me on my socials at Texas Wine Scene on Instagram and Texas Wine Scene on Facebook, where you will see all the posts about upcoming events for the weekend. Now let's get into the Texas Wine Scene news. The details for the immersive culinary and beverage demonstrations for the highly anticipated Fredericksburg Food and Wine Festival have been revealed. The interactive demonstrations will be offered during the grand tasting event on Saturday, October 26th. The culinary demonstration stage and beverage demonstration stage will host add-on events that offer kitchen and bar savvy badge holders the opportunity to interact with and learn from Central Texas top leaders such as Junebug's Memphis in May winning ribs, Butter Up with Leroy's Tex-Mex Barbecue featuring Chef Gus Burrowhausen, Mild to Wow Antonelli's Cheese and Wine Pairing, and Blended Like Becker blending competition hosted by Becker Vineyards. So get your tickets to these add-on events at fbgfoodandwine.com before they're all sold out. The results are in for the 38th annual Grapefest, which was held on September 12th through 15th. Grapefest is the largest consumer judged wine competition in the country. Here are your categories and medal winners. For Bold Reds, the gold medal winner was Blue Lion Ranch and Vineyard for their Malbec. Silver went to Landon Winery for their Cabernet Sauvignon Reserve, and the bronze went to Messina Hoff Winery for their Private Reserve Petit Syrah. For the red blends category, the gold went to Blue Lion Ranch and Vineyard for their Texianti Texas Chianti wine. The silver went to the Poor Girl Red Blend, and the bronze for Llano Estacado Winery Rolling Smoke Red Blend. For medium red wines category, the gold went to Sweet Taste of Paradise Winery for their Seville Orange Sangria. The silver went to Bull Lion Ranch and Vineyard for their Montepulciano. And the bronze went to H Wines for their Black Spanish Lenoir. For the light reds category, the gold went to Messina Hoff Winery for their GSM blend. The silver went to Blue Ostrich Winery for their Sangiovese. And the bronze went to Landon Winery for their Pinot Noir. For the red sweet wines category, the gold medal went to Silver Dollar Winery for their Boot Scootin' Boogie Chocolate wine. The silver went to Blue Ostrich Winery for their Cielo wine. And the bronze went to Sweet Taste of Paradise Winery for their black cherry wine. For the dry white wines category, the gold went to Whiskey Road Winery for their Blanc du Bois. The silver went to Landon Winery for their Viognier. And the bronze went to Arcade Winery for their True Friends wine. For the off-dry white category, the gold medal went to Messina Hoff Winery for their off-dry Riesling. The silver went to The Poor Girl for their Trebbiano. And the bronze went to Terra Vineyards and Winery for their Blueberry Blanc wine. For the white blends category, the gold went to Silver Dollar Winery for their Unpeached wine. The silver medal went to Blue Ostrich Winery for their Esprit. And the bronze went to Llano Estacado Winery for their Off the Hook White Blend. For the white sweet wines category, the gold medal went to Messina Hoff Winery for their Angel wine. The silver went to The Poor Girl for their semi-sweet sparkling wine. And the bronze went to Housewife Rebellion for their Pinot Grigio. And for the rosé wines category, the gold medal went to The Poor Girl for their Sangiovese sparkling rosé. The silver went to Whiskey Road Winery for their rosé. And the bronze went to Housewife Rebellion for their Rebel Rosé. Mark your calendars for next year's 39th annual Grapefest to be held on September 11th through the 14th, 2025. In a recent press release out of El Paso, Texas, the Horizon City Wine Festival returns for its 5th year on Saturday, September 21st from 2 p.m. to 12 a.m. at the Jardines Arco Iris Event Center. The festival will feature a lineup of wines, gourmet food, and live entertainment. We are excited to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Horizon City Wine Festival, said event organizer David Morales. Each year we aim to create a one-of-a-kind experience for our guests, and this year is no different. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to the El Paso MS Community, a nonprofit organization to raise awareness and support people affected by multiple sclerosis in El Paso. To purchase tickets for this event and for more information on the festival, visit horizoncitywinefestival.com. If you are looking to pursue a career in the wine industry, here are a couple of scholarship opportunities you might be interested in applying for. The Women for Wine Sense, the Texas Hill Country chapter, has their 2024 Texas Hill Country Wine Industry Scholarship application available. Visit TexasHillCountryWineries.org to submit your completed application. The deadline to submit applications is November 1st. The Texas Hill Country Wineries Association is also accepting applications for their Texas Hill Country Wine Industry Scholarship. Interested applicants can use the same website at TexasHillCountryWineries.org to submit completed applications. The deadline for applications for this scholarship is also November 1st. And the Merendino Foundation also has a wine industry scholarship available. Interested parties can request an application through grapesandwine@ttu.edu. The application deadline is November 30th, 2024. In a recent article in AgriLife Today by Susan Himes entitled 2024 Wine Grape Harvest Comes Early with Good Quality and Quantity, she speaks with a couple of Texas wine industry leaders to get the take on this year's harvest. In the article, she writes, overall, Texas wine grape producers have enjoyed one of their best harvests of the past 5 years, according to Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service experts. Although grape growers in most areas did face increased pest and disease pressure, as well as heavy hail damage to fruit and vines, most growers around the state reported outstanding quality and above average yields from the harvest that started earlier than normal. Dr. Justin Shiner, Ph.D., viticultural specialist and associate professor in the Texas A&M Department of Horticulture Sciences, said, "This has been a good year for most wine grape growers across the state. Mother Nature cooperated with us for most of the year." AgriLife Extension viticulturists shared their assessment of the 2024 grape harvest across the 4 main growing regions in Texas. In the North Texas grape growing region, it was reported that there were fewer days of 100 plus temperatures, a milder summer, and enough moisture to avoid drought. North Texas grape growers were in far better shape than they found themselves in 2023. The summer wasn't too cruel to the vines in most cases, so we even started harvesting whites a little earlier than normal this year, and then the reds started about a week or two later, said Michael Cook, AgriLife Extension Viticultural Program Specialist in Denton, Texas. The 2024 North Texas vintage will be excellent. In the Hill Country grape growing region, early rains helped vineyards in the Texas Hill Country set a nice crop, said Shiner, and many locations were able to harvest slightly early. In the article, Himes writes, disease pressure, including Pierce's disease, was above normal. Rains later in the season led to some vineyards having a downy mildew problem in the summer, as well as black rot. The quality of the Hill Country harvest was exceptional for growers able to mitigate impacts to the vines. In the Gulf Coast grape growing region, Blanc du Bois is a common grape variety grown in this area. Actually, the Gulf Coast is the largest producer of Blanc du Bois in the world, according to Schreiner. After the winter weather of 2021, producers feared they had lost high percentage of their Blanc du Bois vines. Retired AgriLife Extension viticulturist in the Gulf Coast region, Fran Pontash, who is now growing her own grapes, couldn't be happier about this year's harvest in both quality and quantity. She said, "This year really felt like a victory." In the Texas High Plains grape growing region, yields were slightly lower compared to last season. As we approach the end of harvest, I have to say overall, harvest was very good and the quality was very good, says Patrick O'Brien, PhD, AgriLife Extension Viticultural Specialist in the Department of Horticultural Sciences in Lubbock, Texas. Overall, it sounds like our grape growers had a pretty good year in the fields. Okay, winemakers, you're up. It's time to turn those amazing grapes into delicious Texas wines. And finally, in an article by Haley McLeod, Central Market in Austin, Texas, celebrated its 30th anniversary this September. The grocery store marked the milestone by breaking the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest charcuterie board to be created and consumed at the retailer's North Lamar location. This 12 by 24-foot charcuterie board featured 1,000 pounds of artisanal meats and cheeses, accompanied by crackers, fruits, nuts, and more. The event took place at the very first Central Market location in Austin, which opened in 1994. My question is, how much wine was poured at this event to pair with a 1,000-pound charcuterie board? Somebody do the math for me and leave a comment. I would love to know. And that's your Texas wine scene news. Before we get into the events for the weekend, let's check the weather. The weather for the weekend in the High Plains wine growing region will have high temperatures of 92 degrees with low temperatures of 65 degrees. The North Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 98 degrees with low temperatures of 74 degrees. The West Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 88 degrees with low temperatures of 63 degrees. The Texas Hill Country wine growing region will have high temperatures of 92 degrees with low temperatures of 69 degrees. And the Gulf Coast wine growing region will have high temperatures of 94 degrees with low temperatures of 74 degrees. Join Paradnala Cellars and Otto's Cheese Shop in Stonewall, Texas for their Seriously Texas Wine and Cheese Tasting Room Takeover event on Saturday, September 21st through Sunday, September 22nd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The owners of Otto's Cheese Shop in New Braunfels, Texas, are as passionate about Texas cheese as Paired Nala Cellars are about Texas wine. They will pair 4 of their September release wines with cheeses from 4 different Texas cheesemakers. So come on out and enjoy a day of the world's greatest food and drink combination, cheese and wine. For more information on this event, visit their website at pairednalacellars.com. Head on out to Cedar Park, Texas, and hop aboard the wine train with Wedding Oak Winery on Sunday, September 22nd from 11 to 5 p.m. Enjoy a nice, leisurely ride on the wine train as you cruise on out to Wedding Oak Winery in Burnet, Texas. Guests will enjoy a 2-hour train ride from Cedar Park, spanning the South San Gabriel River while enjoying an informative talk and wine tasting with members of the Wedding Oak family. While in Burnet, there will be bottles to go and food available for purchase during your 2-hour layover. Then relax and enjoy a ride as the train returns to Cedar Park Depot in the afternoon. This is a 21 and up only event that includes the 2-hour train ride and a tasting size flight of 5 wines. For more information on this event, visit their website at weddingoakwinery.com. Join Vonovium Winery in Johnson City for their next installment of the Texas versus the World event on Saturday, September 21st from 7 to 9 p.m. Vonovium will be highlighting all things about Texas sparkling wines. This is a great opportunity to learn about the sparkling wine category through tasting 12 wines blind while participating in stimulating conversations and insights from some of your favorite growers and producers. For more information on this event, visit their website at vonovium.wine. Join Spicewood Vineyards in Spicewood, Texas for their Italian Supper in the Cellar event on Saturday, September 21st from 6 to 9 p.m. They are bringing Southern Italy to Spicewood for an Italian feast crafted by the chefs at G6 Catering. They will be opening their cellar doors for a fun evening filled with good food, live music, and of course, some of the best wines. It's a night you don't want to miss, and you're sure to never forget. For more information on this event, visit their website at spicewoodvineyards.com. Head on out to Kalahari in Round Rock, Texas for their 3rd annual Kalahari Food and Wine Festival on Sunday, September 22nd from 12 to 4 p.m. This one-of-a-kind culinary adventure and wine tasting will encourage guests to celebrate peace and love at this 1970s inspired event. Come dressed in your best 1970s attire or just show up for the good 70s vibes, fabulous flavors, and retro inspired fun. The Nelson Family Life Foundation will hold a silent auction at the event with proceeds benefiting the Watercolors Life project that aims to provide clean, safe, and sustainable drinking water to over 1 million people in Africa. For more information on this event, visit their website at kalahariresorts.com. Join LaVie Estate Winery in Blanco, Texas for their Comedy Night event on Saturday, September 21st at 6:30 p.m. Come out and enjoy the witty and hilarious comedy by Lacey Lansford, Tammy Bernal, and Jay LaFar while feasting on a deliciously prepared grazing table that will complement a variety of LaVie Estate wines. For more information and ticket purchases for this event, visit lavieestate.orderport.net/wines/events. Head on out to Wine for the People in Fredericksburg, Texas for their reserve tasting event on Saturday, September 21st at 2 p.m. Head on out to Wine for the People in Fredericksburg, Texas for their reserve tasting event on Saturday, September 21st at 2 p.m. Embark on an unforgettable journey through the heart of Texas terroir with this reserve tasting experience led by winemaker Ray Wilson. Guests will be treated to a curated selection of 5 limited production wines thoughtfully prepared with seasonal and locally sourced bites. As Ray Wilson unveils the stories behind each glass, you'll gain exclusive insights into the art of winemaking. Whether you're a wine aficionado or a curious explorer, this reserve tasting experience promises to be a profound connection with the flavors that make Texas wine stand out. For more information on this event, visit their website at wineforthepeople.com. Head on out to the beautiful Archway Winery in Fredericksburg, Texas for their first annual Harvest Festival on Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. This will be a fun day of autumn festivities, including local vendors, live music, food, drinks, and much, much more. So come on out and enjoy this inaugural fall celebration. In addition to the Archway Winery, the Archway Resort has a fully functioning Paul B. Distillery, the Ogle Brewery with its own canning line, and the 1894 Ranch to Table restaurant. There is something to satisfy everyone's palate at this resort. For more information on this event, visit their website at archwayresort.com. If you can't make it out to an event this weekend, here are a few events for next weekend. Join 12 Fires Winery and Vineyard in Johnson City for their 4th annual Worst Wine Fest on Saturday, September 28th from 12 to 3 p.m. Get ready for the most flavorful and unforgettable Oktoberfest celebration. Indulge in a mouth-watering Bavarian and Texan-catered meal by the Crawdads, paired perfectly with 100% Texas 12 Fire wines and live music by Off the Grid Band. Whether you're a festival seeker, a Texas wine connoisseur, a food lover, or simply looking for a great time, the 4th annual Worst Wine Fest is the place to be. For more information on this event, visit their website at 12fires.com. The Texas Wine Collective is back again with 2 tasty wine pairing events. First, join them for their Perfect Pairing Bread and Wine event on Saturday, September 28th from 11 to 4 p.m. As most wine experts focus on meats, cheeses, and other dishes, they sometimes forget about an old staple, bread. So join the Texas Wine Collective for this deep dive into bread and wine. October is right around the corner, and you know the Texas Wine Collective got you covered. Join them for their Bratwurst Bonanza event on Sunday, September 29th from 12:30 to 5 p.m. Think sausage can't be paired with wine because they really just go with beer? In the spirit of Oktoberfest, open your mind and palate to an off-the-beaten wine and food pairing that just may surprise you. For more information on these events, visit their website at texaswinecollective.com. Join Los Pinos Ranch Vineyards and Winery in Pittsburgh, Texas for their Wine in the Pines train excursion event on Friday, September 27th at 6:30 p.m. Hop aboard a train departing from the Palestine, Texas Railroad Depot and take a 4-hour round-trip journey through the piney woods of East Texas while sampling the award-winning Los Pinos Ranch wines. Upon arriving at the Rusk, Texas Railroad Depot, guests will be treated to a delicious wine dinner under the stars. All seating will be served a complimentary appetizer on board the train, as well as a Texas State Railroad wine glass as a memento of your journey. A fine selection of alcoholic beverages, including mixed drinks, wine, and beer, as well as a non-alcoholic beverage, will be available aboard for purchase. For more information on this event, visit their website at texasstaterailroad.net. Here is a fun event you might want to attend. Head on over to the High Meadow Winery in High, Texas for their Hunt for High Venom event on Saturday, September 28th at 10:30 a.m. This is an event unlike any other on the wine trail that will be full of intrigue, fun, and lots of wine. Hunt for High Venom will send you on a treasure hunt from High Meadow to other friendly wineries throughout High. Object will be to bring you to each location to answer questions about each winery and receive a treasure to return. When all the treasures are collected, you will return to High Meadow and show your treasure to earn a chance to get even more rewards. Wineries participating in this event include Blue Lotus Winery, Pedernales Cellars, Adega Vino, Hilmy Cellars, and Coordinates Vineyards. For more information on this event, visit their website at highmeadow.com. Join 3 Texans Winery in Temple, Texas for their cheese-making event on Friday, September 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. June from the Small Farm will be hosting their first ever cheese-making class where you will learn to make ricotta, mozzarella, and burrata cheeses. While these 3 cheeses are quick to make, you'll be sure to impress your friends with your ability to whip up some cheese in a flash using just a few basic ingredients. So grab your date, grab a glass of wine, and let's make some cheese. For more information on this event, visit their website at 3texanswinery.com. Head on over to Bridgeport, Texas for their Taste of Bridgeport event on Saturday, September 28th at 5 p.m. At this Sip, Shop, and Savor event, guests will enjoy a day of shopping, tasting from wineries and breweries, and food from local restaurants. If you are looking for a deliciously relaxing event, the Taste of Bridgeport is for you. For more information on this event, visit their website at bridgeportchamber.org. Check out the Rohan Meadery in LaGrange, Texas for the 11th Annual Texas Mead Fest on Saturday, September 28th from 12 to 7 p.m. Come on out to taste the best mead Texas has to offer. Your ticket purchase includes 8 tasting tokens to be used at any mead vendor at the festival and a keepsake Mead Fest glass. For more information about this event, visit their website at texasmead.org. And those are your wine events for the weekend. Stay tuned for your music lineup for the weekend. Up next, Bernhardt Winery in Plantersville gets the music lineup started for the weekend with Melissa Brooke on stage Saturday, September 21st from 12 to 4 p.m., followed by Escape performing a Journey tribute later that evening from 7 to 9 p.m. Deja Vu again will close out the set on Saturday, September 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Texas Hills Vineyards in Johnson City will have Gigi Worth on stage Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. The Texas Wine Collective in Fredericksburg will have the very popular Lonnie Lett on stage Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 5 p.m. The Texas Heritage Vineyards in Fredericksburg has a great music lineup for the weekend, starting with Tyne Wilkinson and Ron Flint on Friday, September 20th from 2 to 4 p.m., followed by Stephen K. Morris on Saturday, September 21st from 2 to 4 p.m. as well. Sid Masters will finish out the set on Sunday, September 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m. Fiesta Winery on 290 will host Sharita Perez on stage Saturday, September 21st from 3 to 6 p.m. Fiesta Winery at the Bend location will have Natalie Metcalf on stage Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 5 p.m. Augusta Vin Winery in Fredericksburg is having their Sips and Sounds event with Andy Garcia on stage Saturday, September 21st from 12 to 3 p.m. Dry Comel Creek Vineyards in New Braunfels will have A. Wright on stage Friday, September 20th from 5 to 8 p.m., followed by Tony Taylor on stage Saturday, September 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. William Chris Vineyards in High Texas will let Anthony Garcia jam out on Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 4 p.m., followed by John Arthur Martinez on Sunday, September 22nd from 12 to 4 p.m. Pedernales Cellars in Stonewall, Texas will host Jake Martin on stage Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 5 p.m. Tornalox Vineyards and Winery in Burnett, Texas will have Rodney Howell on stage Saturday, September 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. Wild Seed Farms in Fredericksburg will have Lee Bachamp on stage Sunday, September 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Arch Ray Winery in Fredericksburg will let John Highball assume the musical duties on Friday, September 20th from 4 to 8 p.m., followed by Abe Mack on Saturday, September 21st from 3 to 6 p.m. Barron Creek Vineyards in Fredericksburg will have Kalani on stage Saturday, September 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. Blue Ostrich Winery in St. Joe will have T.A. Brower on stage Saturday, September 21st from 1:15 to 4:30 p.m. Whistle and Duck Winery in Weimar, Texas will have Victor Rodriguez on stage Saturday, September 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. Moody Family Wines in Bullard, Texas will let Keith Ray rock the house on Friday, September 20th from 6 to 8:30 p.m., followed by Christopher Kern on Saturday, September 21st from 6 to 8:30 p.m. as well. Deep Roots Vineyards in Plantersville, Texas will have Six Gun Sound on stage performing a Bad Company tribute on Friday, September 20th from 8 to 10:30 p.m., followed by Shotgun Road performing an 80s to 90s country music tribute on Saturday, September 21st from 8 to 10:30 p.m. as well. Covington Cellars in High, Texas will have Hunter Billingsley on stage Friday, September 20th from 4 to 7 p.m. Longhorn Cellars in Fredericksburg, Texas will have Manny Velasquez on stage Saturday, September 21st from 12 to 3 p.m. And Solaro Estate Vineyards in Dripping Springs will close out the music lineup for the weekend with Eric Flores on stage Saturday, September 21st from 2 to 4 p.m. And that's your music lineup for the weekend. Stay tuned for Did You Know? At the beginning of the episode, I mentioned that Central Market in Austin, Texas, set the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest charcuterie board ever made and consumed. So that got me to thinking, are there any other wine-related Guinness Book of World Records worth noting? Well, turns out that there are a few. But before we mention a few wine records, let's talk about the origins of the Guinness Book of World Records. The Guinness Book of World Records is a British reference book published annually listing world records both of human achievements and the extremes of the natural world. The concept was created by Sir Hugh Beaver in London, England in August of 1955. He was the managing director of the Guinness breweries who went on a hunting or shooting party and became involved in an argument over which game bird was the fastest bird in Europe. Sir Beaver realized that it was impossible to confirm in reference books which bird was the fastest. Beaver knew that there must be numerous other questions debated nightly among the public, but there were no books in the world in which to settle the arguments about the records. He realized then that a book supplying the answers to this sort of question might prove successful. The Guinness Book of World Records is now in its 69th year of publication, published in 100 countries and 40 languages, and maintains over 53,000 records in its database. Here are a few wine-related Guinness Book of World Records that might be of interest to us wine nerds. Did you know that the most expensive bottle of wine sold at auction is $304,000? It was a bottle of 1947 Cheval Blanc, which is a right bank Bordeaux wine, and sold at Christie's auction house in Geneva, Switzerland on November 16, 2010. The largest wine cellar by number of bottles is in the Republic of Moldova, which is located between Romania and Ukraine. This underground wine cellar sensation is a former lime mine that contains over 2 million bottles of wine and totals 34 miles in length. The largest wooden wine cask or barrel is 12,644 gallons and was achieved by Roberto Serrato in Italy at the Roberto Serrato Winery on July 2nd, 2022. The wooden wine barrel was made of Slovenian oak and measured 12 feet tall and 15 feet in diameter. The barrel was completely filled with a locally made Barolo Reserva wine in 2016. Speaking of large, did you know that the world record for the largest wine bottle measures 13 feet tall and 3 feet in diameter and was filled with 817 gallons of wine, achieved by Andre Vogel of Switzerland on October 20th, 2014. The record for the smallest wine bottle was created by Steve Klein of Klein's Designs in Encino, California. He produced a hand-blown miniature wine bottle standing 1.3 inches tall and corked and sealed with a label with a 24-karat gold seal. Hey, this is an events podcast. It would be remiss if I didn't mention anything about events, right? Well, did you know? The largest wine tasting event was organized by J.D. Wetherspoon in the United Kingdom and involved 17,540 participants tasting wine in 409 pubs throughout the UK on May 21st, 2008. The wine used for the event was Fetzer's Coldwater Creek Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, White Zinfandel Rosé, and Merlot. Well, that would do it for this week's episode. Thank you for joining me. I'm Mike Cole, your Texas wine scene correspondent, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the Texas Wine Scene. Cheers. For more in-depth information on the wineries mentioned in this episode, visit the Texas Wine Lover website at txwinelover.com or the Texas Wine Lover app. There you will be able to find a vast amount of information about Texas wineries and wine-related businesses. You can also search for information such as Texas wineries with lodging, 100% Texas wineries, tour companies, winemaker profiles, and much, much more. So visit their website at txwinelover.com. That's txwinelover.com. Also, please leave me a rating and a review, and please share the podcast with all your wine-loving friends.